Hey guys, welcome back to my video. If you haven't watched my channel previously, I had 24 teeth pulled and immediate dentures put in early January 2021. It is now October 12th, 2021, and yesterday I went and had my permanent hard reline done on my dentures. So I will show you here a picture of my temporary immediate dentures I had. So I had my immediate dentures for a little over 9 months. I had a total of 4 soft relines done. My last soft reline was done about 9 or 10 weeks ago. I kind of delayed getting my permanents. One, because the longer you wait, the better, the more healed your gums are. And also because I had to get a vasectomy on Friday, and I wanted to schedule my permanents done at the same time, because with my dentures doing a hard reline, I basically had to go in and get a new mold of my gums in my dentures, and then they would take that new mold and put that on my old existing dentures. So they get rid of the old mold on these gums, keep the same teeth and the look and everything, which I was very happy with, and then put the new updated mold on there. And here I'll show you a side-by-side comparison of my immediate dentures and now my permanent. The permanents fit amazing. The fit, the feel, the alignment, I am very, very happy with. I have no complaints at all. They fit great. I went mostly yesterday without any adhesive. My uppers stayed in place pretty much no problem. My lowers, of course, because they are floating, they still were a little loose when I was chewing. So today I did put adhesive back in, which I am totally fine with. I know some people can go without adhesive, and I might be able to, but I like to know my dentures are secure. I don't want to have to worry about them possibly popping loose if I'm sneezing or eating or whatever. So I'm still going to use a little adhesive, but I'm using very little now. Just a couple pea-size drops of adhesive. Instead of 4 in my upper, I'm only doing 2 or 3, and only 2 on my lower. But the wall sides of my dentures, they cover a lot more. I have a lot more coverage, so the walls on my denture go farther down on my gums. I have better coverage, that makes a better hold, and it's amazing. My immediate denture, the lower, had okay length of the wall, the denture, but it would stay in place, but I could easily rock it and have it pop out of place. But now with the permanent hard reline dentures, since the wall is much longer, it's not as easy to pop out of place. It's more grip, more coverage on my gums. I was happy to find out that with my permanent hard reline, my dentist said that if any adjustments need to be done to these dentures, it's all completely free. There's no charge, no nothing, which this dentist has been amazing. If you haven't watched my past videos, I had to have a couple of the soft relines remade because they weren't done right. And then I had to have avioplasty, which was a big deal. I mean, it took like an hour, and it was a lot of cutting and grinding and sewing, a lot of pain. And then with them having to remake my dentures early on because they weren't made correctly, never once did they ever ask for any more money. And I know, of course, the soft reline mess up might have been on them. Maybe the dentures having to be remade, you can maybe say it's on them. But the avioplasty, I was expecting them to say, hey, that's not part of the package that you paid for. You paid for the extractions, the immediate dentures, and the permanent hard line. But they covered everything, and that's amazing. And I have no complaints about them. They're really, really good. So shout out to DDS Dentures and Implant Solution. I know a lot of people still have a lot of questions of how this thing and everything is going to go, but I don't regret anything I ever did, from having the extractions, the temporary immediate dentures, and everything I've had done. It's been an up and down struggle, but you'll get through it. Be patient and ask questions. Between asking questions here in my video, other YouTubers that post these videos, or getting on the denture support group on Facebook that I'm on, it's great to have that support. And I know some people aren't more accepting to the change, and they get very frustrated and like, oh, I regret this. But it's a big life change, and it takes time to get used to talking, eating, the pain, everything. And so you have to get used to it, and you have to be patient. And if you don't, things are going to be really tough for you. I've seen some people that are like, oh my God, I can't eat real food. It's been 2 weeks, or the pain, or whatever. I mean, you just have to go with it. You have to take your time and go with the flow, and be ready for anything that might come your way. And if you're not ready to deal with those things, you probably shouldn't have it done, because it's not the easiest thing. But if you're positive, it's not too bad. So I was prepared to not be able to eat real food, and with my avioplasty and the issues I had with my lower denture, not having it in for the first month, I couldn't eat real food. I mean, the realest food I could eat was like chili, but that's because it's almost like a soup. You can just swallow it. So I couldn't eat real food. So when I see people complaining that I haven't had real food in the 2 weeks, it's like, I feel for you, but I don't feel for you. I had to go through worse, and people had it much worse than I did. So you have to be ready for that. Be patient with everything. The one thing I found recently that has just been kind of frustrating is some of these denture brushes, they're hard to get into certain grooves of your denture. So mine, the way the front curves in, it's hard to get a brush down at that angle to clean in that spot. And I have a Dr. B's brush, which I love, but if I use the little pointy tip, being that it's on the side, which I'll put a picture up here, it's on the side, so it's hard to get that tip in the groove. And so, or if you use the other side, the bigger Brussels side, that's hard to get down there. So I have another brush that I use just for cleaning those smaller spots, because the little tip brush part of it is more at the top, and so it's easier to get in those small crevices. So that's one little frustrating thing with cleaning it. But now that I don't have a soft Reline anymore, I can put my dentures in the cleaning tablets at night, soak them overnight. But you got to remember, those cleaning tablets are doing bare minimum. You have to make sure that your dentures are cleaned properly with a denture cleaner. Dr. B's has some great products, Fresh and Bright from Walmart I've gotten, which is great. But you have to clean them and scrub them properly like you would your teeth. And because they're dentures, if you have them out, you can use a soap. I use my hand soap in the bathroom on my brush, and I'll scrub them and clean them and do it properly, because those tablets, soaking them in water is never enough to get them clean properly. That's going to be all for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. I appreciate you commenting, liking, and subscribing to my channel. I now have over 600 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. Still well above I ever thought I would get to. So it's kind of cool to see. But I appreciate you watching. Everybody, you have a good day.